Hello everyone, we are here in St. Albert for the quarterfinals of the Mark Kennedy Junior Classic, the largest junior bonspiel in all of the world, which is kind of cool.
Oh, on the hard one I can't see.
Oh. That's Taylor, the lead from Team Padget, racking on the guard there. Kessler calls for a hit. Dennis?
I have no comment.
It's right here if you want it. Anybody else?
Ooh, we made over curl.
Nope. Oh, yep. And that one over curls. A hit from the outside over curls, and Max fans on the shot. Just slips it right by. Slides right on by. Padget with an attempt on a hit. And she has it. That's Taylor Hay. Oh, she just rubs the stone, and hers goes out. She just rubs it out.
We have exchanged some misses.
So the two teams have now exchanged a couple misses. Let's see what happens next. Dylan with the hit, and he is inside too. Same thing, he is going to miss as well.
Try this again.
You're not showing what Okotoks normally can do.
She just missed in curl quite enough.
Nope, that's outside. Oh, wow.
That's what I said.
Made it.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Kate.
Tease to your car.
Why?
Is there any new socks?
Oh,
Good thing you bought.
make sure you lock it. Yeah.
Thanks.
Don't lose my keys. Oh my God.
There we go. Been having some audio problems here, folks. There we go. Having audio problems here, folks. There we go. Currently, Team Padget is sitting 3 in the house. Padget calls for a hit and roll.
Like you can, girl.
Did Andrew miss on that one?
Yep. Overcurled again.
Looks like they're over curling from inside out, or outside in, I should say.
Yeah, and then we're missing the other way. Allie's on it now.
Padget makes a hit. Kessler's looking at double here, I think. Padget makes a hit. Kessler's looking at Kessler makes the hit. Padget calls for a hit. Double here. Oh. Padget makes the hit. Kessler's going to have to hit and roll under and hope for a miss here because Padget's looking to get their deuce here.
Starting to curl. Oh, he missed it.
He's gonna get a
I don't know.
And Kessler just little rub and through.
So,
So Padget has a draw for 3. Just has to hit full 12 foot. Looks like she's going to be just fine there. It'll be at the back of the house, but it's not going to skate. And you're sweeping it. Oh, maybe it will. Oh, it might skate far enough. Oh, I think they got it.
the way they went.
Had to make it interesting.
Great. They are. All right, you're head of the game, girls. Oh yeah.
And that's a 3 spot for Team Padget in the first end.
They've done their post in. Yeah. They're like, oh.
And Padget takes the hammer.
Dennis, did they call guard or it?
Guard.
Padget calls a guard, center guard, and it's going to come in. And it sits on the middle of the 8 foot.
Successful.
Max with the nose hit. And Callie calls for a hit.
It's looking good.
No, let it go.
Hopefully sticks with it.
Taylor makes the hit, rolls to the outside 12. Max is going to skate to the house after the call was a guard, and Kelly's going to try to hit again. The ice here is quite a bit different from the last two rinks that we were at. Have you guys played here already?
No.
No. Neither team has played on this ice here in St. Albert. And this one is going to be a miss. She flashes it. Kessler calls a draw to split the house. See if we can get a time on this one. And they peel that one off. Padget with the hit.
I hope not. That'd be
Kessler tries to sweep it out, but doesn't quite make it. Sitting on the 8 foot. Kessler calls for a hit and flop. Coming from the outside. And he's gonna nose it, or he's gonna hit and roll to the other side and roll out. He turned his ankle as it came out of the hack, I think, because his back leg ruddered a bit. Callie calls for a draw to split the house. It's in her best interest right now to either steal or give Team Padget one. And that's going to slide to the edge of the 4-foot, and Andrew's going to try to hit. He wants to nose it here. And rolls out.
The parents get to do last night while we looked after your kids. Thank you. Did you have a nice break? We had the first one in months. Oh, there you go. You either went straight to bed or you had a few pints. One of the two.
Yeah, I could have drove home first too.
And you guys should be so impressed this room actually looks the way it looks after there was 300 up here. I'm just going to say those chairs would not have looked like that at about 11 o'clock.
Padget, Kelly slides through the house. Kessler's going to hit.
Oh my God, was there a lot of that big garbage bag just full of
I think he wants to nose. If he rolls out, it's not the end of the world because then he would be playing for a blank.
cut them off the pot other than what was on the tables after a while. Well, just because they don't need that much sugar. They had, trust me, but they were still cooking. I think there was 2 jugs of Coke that went down the sink in the end anyways. But they're smart enough. Kids drink a lot more water these days than they used to be honest. Which is a good thing.
Kids had quite the party last night, apparently. Here in the St. Albert curling rink, there were 300 kids here, and they had a big old wrecker. You know, if only they had a. The only way it could have been better was if they had a kegger, I guess.
That's what the parents had.
Parents were not allowed to be at the party, so kids had a dance. They had a country dance, and big thanks to Marc and Nicole Kennedy for putting on the spiel, and they put up the party, and they're always getting the kids to dance and enjoy themselves, and it's a wonderful spiel. The kids really, really enjoy this one, and it's a good time because it's the last one of the year. Although it is a tough one for the U15 kids because they have provincials the week before. Tight turnaround from provincials to this, so they're pretty tired, but that's curling.
sure we'll be getting the blame.
Callie puts another one through, and Kessler is going to throw his through to blank this end. Keep the hammer for number 3. Always like to call this one a 100% shot. Let's see if he gets 100% on this one. It's looking heavy. They're keeping it clean. Yep, it's through. 100% shot. That one was all sweepers. That was a team shot. That one.
Like with 2.
The coaches are behind the glass in this bonspiel. They're not allowed to be out on the ice with the kids, which actually adds an interesting dynamic because they're all in the same boat. It's kind of like when all of us were in junior curling. Coaches had to stay behind the glass. They can call a timeout if they need to. But for the most part, the coaches have been letting the kids play. In the Curling Canada Enhanced Coaching Policy for U15, each team is usually competitive U15. Each team is usually allowed 2 interactions with the coach, so that means 4 interactions per end. U18, it's 1 interaction per end per team. But here when you have a bonspiel, you can insert some of your own rules. So. Padget had thrown to the edge of the 8-foot. Max tries to come around, I think, or throw a guard. Oh, corner guard, yeah, I guess, because they're trying to score a bundle of points here. And he skates into the house, and Padget is going to try to hit it. And that one's going to overcurl just like a lot of the ones for the boys did going in the first end. Kessler calls for a guard. Gets a good guard about 3 feet in front of the house there. Callie calls for a hit and rolling behind. Oh, Nope, she's going to draw it. That's the right call. That stone is pretty buried. You'd have to come from the outside with like a backline weight, and you could tap it. That's about how you'd get it. Easy with the throw. She looks like she's a little bit light. She's going to guard it, or it might actually tap a little bit. Nope. Misses the guard and the yellow one and skates to the 8 foot. Kessler calls for a control weight hit. That's a tough hit because he's got to get to the inside of it or to straight up nose. But with control weight, it's there. Looks like he hit the broom. As long as they get it by the guard, he's good. And it skinnies the guard and flops in under the guard. That was a really good shot. Is he with her second stone? Got a little more broom on this one. A little more ice. And is it going to be by the guard? Nope, it's going to rub. Taps the guard back. She came a touch heavy too. Moves the guard back to the back of the 8 foot. Kessler's going to call for a hit. He says, peel weight. He's tapped his head. Now they're checking to see if there's enough there to hit. Not sure peel weight's what they want. Probably a normal. Oh. He moved his broom about a foot and a half away from it, so he's wanting a lighter weight like a backline or a hack. But I think Dylan came a little inside, and he's going to be on the guards there. On the top guard, in fact, which is going to move that one into the house, bumping off the yellow one, and it bites the 8 foot. So that's going to leave it double there for Callie if she wants it, but it's not an easy double because it's probably going to jam. She might want to try drawing in behind them. And she calls to draw in behind the ones on the right side. That's a good call. Oh, now she's looking at the double. The double is definitely there. And Team Padget calls a timeout. She's got for the double, she would have to nose it, and it might get by the yellow one. But the safe call might be drawing in behind. Either the 2 stones or the stones on the other side, on the right side.
What did you decide? We'll do the double that way.
Oh, it looks like she wants to hit and roll off the blue one. That's actually a pretty good call too. If she gets the right roll, she could roll in behind the two stones there. I actually really like this. That's a good call. And if she just noses it, it's not the end of the world. Keeps pressure on Padget, on Padget. Is he sweeping it for curl? And it is going to flash. She just misses it, just skinnies it. Kessler's going to call a hit.
They know that.
He's going to need a hack weight. He calls for board weight. And he takes away a lot of ice here. The optimal roll here is actually to roll to the left, not out, but enough so that it's in the middle of the 8 foot or middle of the 12 foot. But fourth shot, and Andrew is inside. He's going to be on the second stone there and take that one out. Miss the broom. So Padget is sitting shot stone. Bacek is second, third, and fourth shot. Padget calls for a hit. She can hit and flop over. She leaves herself a guard. And then Andrew will be trying to play a double. And that one's going to over curl. And it's probably going to jam on the yellow one back there. And it does. But the shooter rolls into the 8 foot. So that back yellow is gone. But Andrew's going to have to play a bump. And Kessler is pre-sweeping the blue one because he wants it to roll over to the left. Looks like he's playing about normal weight. And they're trying to curl it over. Looks like he was on the broom and it. Oh, he was on the broom and it was curling and then it backed off. And he hit it too thin. That one was not his fault. That one was an issue with the ice. Could have hit a flat spot. It could have hit a run in the ice. So on the left side, it looks like they're over curling. On the right side, they're not really curling much. Kelly's going to try to hit here. But that's on that We'll see what happens because this is the left side where it seems to be curling more. And that one's going to overcurl too. Oh, it was curling and then it backed off and now it's curling again. And it overcurled too. Got some funky ice here. But as I say, it's funky ice, but it's funky for both teams. Chance for the deuce is starting to slip away here. Kessler needs to make this double. Or he may be trying to hit and flop. And you're trying to sweep it to keep it straight, but he's got the hit. Gonna hit the first one. And he noses it. Not a bad result. Callie's gonna follow him in.
He's hitting floppy. Nice. Kessler would have a predicament.
She slid a little wide and steered it in. Looks like she's gonna have to hit. She wants a good roll, and it's gonna roll out. Hit and flop. If she'd had a little bit of a guard there, would have been okay. But rolling further was better. Actually, rolling out was better than leaving that one there anyway, because Kessler would have played the double. So Kessler has a nose hit for 2. Oh, and this one is curling, over curling. He's going to have a chunk of it. He might. Oh, he's got it. He knows that. It was curling, and then again, it backed off again. There's got to be a flat spot in that ice. So that's a deuce for Team Padget. So after 3 ends, it is 3-2 for Team Padget, or for Padget. Of course, Team Padget is one of our other Okotoks teams, good friends. So this is the last time they will ever play against each other in competitive curling because the boys and I think all the girls move up. Yeah, they're all moving up to U18, and U18 is gender segregated. So from now on, we get to cheer for each other. Not that we don't already.
We do when we're playing other teams.
Yeah. Well, like we were saying, one of the parents said, we cheer for each other when they're playing other teams. Just not when we're playing each other, which happens quite often.
We cheer for good shots.
And we cheer for good shots. Of course we do. Max with the centerline guard. Centerline guard rule, the no-tick rule is not in play here. Taylor with her first stone. Trying to draw him behind the guard. Which is an interesting call because the centerline guard rule is not in play, and that's what you might do if it was. So typically, if without the centerline guard rule, you would usually play corner guard if you have hammer. Kessler calls for the center guard, or not the center line. Kessler calls to draw him behind. As it stands, any guards in the middle favor Team Padget. Padget is trying to steal. Guards on the outside help Padget, who's trying to take two. That was a 14-2 to the back of the house. And it's going to bite the 12-foot. Kelly calls for another draw.
Well, that's what I want to say.
Taylor racks on the guards, leaving another center guard. It's now over far enough to almost be a corner guard. Kessler calls for a draw in behind the center. And looks like Dylan came a little wide and light. And he hogs that one. Hit the frost, little wide, little light. So that would mean that the Millers owe us a case of beer, according to the rules in Pinoca.
For both teams.
And Dennis says for both teams.
Oh.
Kelly calls for a draw in behind, but that's for a tap. Oh, she called for a tap. And that is going to overcurl the outside one, but she's got a good tap on the back one. Although it tapped a little too far to be undercover, So Kessler's going to hit and roll under. Kessler's going to try to get, if they can get to the 4 foot, it will put the pressure back on Callie here. And that noses. So Callie's probably going to hit and roll under. Yep, that's what she calls. It's now become a race to the 4 foot. He's throwing some good weight here.
Stop curling.
That's a 9-1. Pretty good. And she gets it. Beautiful shot. Right under the blue one there. A little further roll under the yellow ones would have been better for her, but that's not bad because it forces Padget to play a run back. And you're trying the run back here. He's throwing a normal weight at it, and I think it's over curling. You're going to peel it off, which is okay too. That was an 8-9. Callie calls for a guard, tight guard.
Can you please stop bouncing that basketball? I think Damon's actually enjoying being here this weekend. Just got over.
Weight looks good. And overcurled just a titch. But it's actually pretty good because if they try they're going to try the run back, or they're going to try to hit this time. But if they end up rubbing that guard or hitting the guard, then on the run back, then there's a good chance that it'll hit the blue one and roll over and leaving them with another guard. Boys start sweeping. Kessler calls them off. And, oh, he gets it. It rubs off the blue one and goes straight back. Got a little bit of lady luck on that one. If it hadn't rubbed off that blue one, it might have still hit, but I'm not sure it would have. Apparently there are people around here that find it funny when I say that it rubs off.
I don't know why.
I don't know why. I'm just talking curling here. I don't know what they're laughing about. And that one skates to the edge of the 12-foot. And Kessler's going to try to play it, hit and roll under cover there to the left or to the right. Kessler with the delivery. They're sweeping to keep it straight. Should be by the guard. Just going to skinny the guard. And he got it. Didn't quite roll completely undercover. A piece of it, it's definitely showing enough to hit. And Callie calls to hit it. Yep, they just slipped that one by. And that is going to flash the top one and peel off the back one. So Kessler is going to choose to draw the 4-foot. See if we can get a time on this one. Are sweeping it for distance. It's a little light. And he's going to leave a guard just across the hog line. That was a 16. So that's going to leave an open hit for, not a completely open hit, but another hit for Callie. And Callie's going to want to roll out so she can blank it. And it looks like she's got the... Oh! It did not peel it. It did not roll out. And so that's a steal of 1 for Team Padget. It looked like she had it all day. So after 4 ends, it is 3-3. just went to the washroom, and when I came out, and no, I did not take the microphone in with me this time. When I came out, I noticed that Marc Kennedy has the Briar tankard here in the club today. Marc Kennedy, of course, one of the placed third on the Team Jacobs, who won the Briar this year, and are going to Worlds next weekend, I believe, in Moose Jaw. So we'll see. We'll get some pictures with it. Taylor with a hit and roll. Didn't quite get under the guard or under the yellow one. Kessler calls for a normal weight. Nose hit. Might get the double here. This is Dylan's first stone. Calls for a normal weight. And weight is a little up. He's going to peel the top one off, I think. Oh, correction. It jams on the back one, leaving one yellow.
That's quite the trophy, isn't it? You want to take a picture of this with me?
Oh, yeah.
If you don't mind?
Only if you'll do it for me.
Absolutely. Either way, take a few. Thank you. Now return the favor, right?
Oh.
Oh. That way. You're on the way. There you go. Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a good day.
You too. Just had my picture taken with the Briar Cup, with Briar tankard. First time I've ever been that close to it. The most hollowed curling trophy in the world. It along with the tankard for the Scotties. Andrew with nose hit, or hitting a little flop to the right. Andrew with the draw.
Callie.
And he draws to the 8 foot.
No, I don't think so. I think you just play it quiet and just leave your shooter right there. Maybe you can I don't think the triple's there. Like you just got that middle way up. Oh, there you go. Your yellow. Yeah. I think you can just get a pass and over, bring your shooter there. And then you're like, okay.
Draws play a hit. It's a nose hit. Kessler's going to try to return the favor there. And see, they're trying to hold it straight. That one's over curling again on that side. But he's got it. Got the nose hit. That was a 9-9 on that one. Izzy makes the hit, and Kessler calls a hit for himself. So they're just going to trade hits, and then Callie will probably blanket him unless Kessler misses. This end is blanking nicely. Boys are trying to carve it over. He got a piece of it and peels it off. That one was a 10-1.
Callie should get 100% on this shot.
Yeah, and Callie's going to throw the 100% shot. Interestingly enough, I have seen the 100% shot not work out because people didn't keep it clean. I've seen them pick and then roll into the house and everybody's mad. Okay, weight's good, line's good, and Callie gets 100% on that one. Another blank end.
Oh, okay.
So after 5, it is 3-3. One thing that's happened with both of these teams over time is they become a little bit more defensive over time, more willing to take blank ends, hitting more, keeping it open. And that happens as curling teams mature a bit and become more confident. You'll notice a lot of the younger teams throw all sorts of junk, but the older teams tend to keep it a lot cleaner. So Max with a center guard, a foot in front of the house, really nice guard, and Taylor is trying to roll around it, but it is going to tap it in. Oh, maybe not tap it in. Just going to freeze to it. So Taylor's is a 15-3, so the ice is tightened up a little bit. Looks like it needs to be about a 15 to the button. Max with the second stone, trying to draw in behind. The guards. Boys swept it a little bit, but now they're walking beside it. And Kessler's going to try to help it finish a bit. And that gets to the tee line. It's a good shot. It's open for Kelly to hit, though. Kelly's going to try to hit and roll under. This is Taylor's second stone. She's hanging out, and she's going to peel it off. Dylan with his first stone, trying to draw in behind the guards. Boys were keeping it clean, now they're just walking beside it. Looks a touch heavy, unless it rubs, and it just rubbed. It just rubbed and slid into the area, the zone, if you will.
That was rude.
Izzy's going to try to hit and roll under, I think. Definitely trying to hit. Line looks good. She's going to at least nose it. Oh, she's got to the inside of it. And she didn't quite hit enough of it, and so it rolls out. She peels it off. Dylan's going to try to draw in again. Boys are on it for weight. And this one's light. Maybe a guard. There's a 16. So yeah, 15 would be right to the button, or to the tee line. And Callie's going to try to draw in, of course. Opportunity for her. Izzy's looking for a 15. Girls are on it, and now they're off. Line looks good. Line's good. Oh, nope. Line was good. They needed to keep sweeping it. It rubs. Callie tries to knife it over a bit to slow it down, leaving it open for a hit, and just going to try to hit and roll in. If they'd stayed on it, it would have been by the guard, but it probably would have been through anyway. For her weight, she kind of needed that rub. Looks like Andrew's got the hit. Is it going to curl enough for the roll? Yep, it's going to roll. And rolls right to the button, undercover. Good shot. That was 11-2, so it was control weight. Over on sheet 3, Team Landry just took 5 from Capri to go up 9-2. Andrew's going to try to freeze one onto his blue in there, sitting back button. Capri has one daughter of Marc Kennedy and one daughter of Glenn Kennedy, 2 famous curlers. This one's looking pretty good. If it's going to finish a little heavy. Nope, it's just about perfect. Nice shot. Callie calls a freeze coming from the other side. There haven't been any stones run down that side for a while, so it's a little tougher draw. She wants to kind of put it in the pocket. Blue looks like it's touching the pin. And this looks like it's hot and wide. Oh, it's coming back though. Hit the frost and started to move. Oh, did it ever die? That one looked like it was hot, but then it just dug right in once it hit the frost out there. Kessler's looking at either drawing in again to the 4 foot or probably a guard, one of those two. I kind of like drawing in. not to freeze, but if you got to say the 8 foot halfway undercover, would be good. It would leave a guard, or even if you were to guard off the 4 foot, wouldn't be bad. Kessler calls for a. He started looking at the freeze onto the other ones. Not a bad call either. But I personally would probably try. It's wide open, or it's not wide open, but there are no Yellowstones anywhere. So I would consider looking at taking away the 4 foot with a guard of some sort, even a tight guard, as long as it's biting. If you take away Kelly's opportunity to get to that pocket between those two stones and bump them a little bit, because that is possible there with like a back 4 weight, she could score that way. So if you take that away, then the only shot she's got is a run back double or a draw and freeze tap on the other side.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and that's what they're looking at. Kessler's now looking at the guard on the R there in water restoration, the small lowercase r. I think that is the best call that they could make. Even a little bit light's fine, as long as it takes away that path. But optimally, you want it biting. That keeps more pressure on. And if he makes this, Callie has 3 shots that she can call. Okay, it's definitely probably, well, it's not in the house. It's going to be light for what he wanted. But even just across the hog line isn't terrible. Yep. Is the more important piece was that he got the line that he wanted. And the line's pretty good there. Not perfect, but it's pretty good. She can still get around that, but that was a 17-4. So Callie's still going to try to get into that pocket because it is available.
So great.
She's got to make this one perfect. Now she's taking a second look here. But I think that's the right call because Kessler's just going to junk it up again if she misses it. If she doesn't do this, it's her shot now. The other shot she would have is a bump on the other side. That would be kind of a concession of 1.
I just wondered if there was a background there.
No, just
Kelly with the delivery. Sweepers are on it. Get 2 is looking. Oh, it's looking pretty good if it gets by the guard. Weight looks good, but it's going to be on the guard. Oh, and that. Okay. That actually opened it up. That wasn't terrible. Kessler's just going to throw another guard now. He calls the same shot he did before. And this one is a touch light too, but it's going to plug that hole nicely. So now Callie's got to look at long run backs. And there is one there. There's an angle there. It's not an easy one because it's quite long. She's looking at the inside one there, but I actually think the outside one might be easier. Because there's a little bit more tolerance on the outside one. On the inside yellow, there's very little tolerance for error because that other stone is there. Okay. She's going to try the hero shot here. It's one of those ones, if the skip makes it, they definitely earn it. Callie can definitely make this. Girls are not sweeping. Usually it means that she's missed the broom, and that's what happened. And this is steal at 2 for Team Padget. So after 6 ends, it's 5-3 for Team Padget. And Kessler's going down the ice, probably going for his bathroom break. Usually happens once a game.
Oh, it says light gray.
Max with the delivery. Yeah, it's going to stay a center guard, 1.5 feet in front of the house, thereabouts. Taylor's trying to draw in behind.
Another run back one.
And that was me just getting a drink of water from the cooler. And Kessler's back. Taylor's second stone trying to dry in. She drew to the back of the 8 foot, and then Max froze to her. And now she's trying to dry in again. It's by the guard. Good shot. Bites the 8 foot. And Dylan's trying to come around, but rub the guard. Currently, it looks like Team Padget might be sitting first shot, but I'm not sure. Kessler calls for a draw in behind. And that's going to be light.
Sweep it, girls. Put up the wall.
That one comes around the guard, but then bumps the blue one up a bit.
We have no idea.
I don't know who shot.
I guess it'd be
I don't know. It looks like it's in the 12 though. That back blue's got 28 for sure.
Kessler calls for another draw in. See if we can get a time on this one. I suspect that ice is tightening up because they're all coming light all of a sudden. And this one's light too.
Yeah, I'm on the guard.
That was a 14.5, and that was barely enough weight to get it to the house. So the ice has gotten really heavy just all of a sudden. So that's a 13 to the tee line.
No, she's just trying to come through the whole yeah. Yeah. Right. Call the timeout.
I'm assuming she probably doesn't know whether
And
it's shot or not.
Team Padget calls a timeout.
You can score.
Team Padget looking to run that guard, the yellow one. She can run it onto the blue one. It'll pop her yellow one in a bit. Oh, this is looking. Oh, it was looking good. Overcurled just a titch. There's not a lot of choice here. Kessler can try drawing in, or he could tap the blue one there. It would be a good idea to try drawing in simply because if it's light, leaves another guard. And if he gets there, then suddenly they know the weight for the ice. Weight actually looks decent. They're trying to sweep it over now. Is it gonna get there? Yeah. Weight's pretty good. Oh, it's a good shot. And that was a 14-2.
I just requested it. He gave me the photos of it.
But we do the same try again.
Oh, and she runs her own into the blue one, knocks the yellow one out. Now Kessler is definitely sitting 1, 2, 3. Looks like Kessler's going to throw a guard, try to take away that run back.
Really hung up there.
Yeah, it really hung out like hot frost or something.
Is he the radio? I texted her a picture of it.
I'm sorry.
I texted her a picture of it.
Kelly's going to try a run back.
Oh,
It's a tough run back
a
because
banner or
there's a blue one there right beside it.
that's weird.
If she comes touch inside, she'll rack off the blue one. Pretty much needs to hit it just off center. And this is probably jamming all day, actually. But she's got to do it. It's a shot for one. It's close. Oh,
Oh, I think it's going by. No.
and she got it.
Oh.
Nice shot.
Nice. It even got the back on it.
Beautiful shot.
Downstairs.
I still think they're 2, 3.
I thought that was her last stone, but it's not. Kessler's got one more here.
I think there's 2, 3.
Kessler's looking at a wide draw in with his broom just about on the broom on the sideboards there.
You got the gutter.
Jeez, they're on it.
And it's out in the frost and a little light.
Kelly, can you go through the hole right in there?
You didn't send me another one, just the. Right. Great shot. Ellie's going right too.
And that's one for Team Padget in the 7th. And coming home, it's 5-4 for Team Badcheck with Hammer coming home.
Alright, I'm gonna go down there. Yeah, right?
Team Padget with a center guard. 2/3 of the way to the hog line. Good shot. Kessler calls a draw to the T line on the left side. Spike an 8-foot. And that comes to the full 8 behind the T line. Callie calls for a draw to the button, top button. That stops about a foot in front of the house, undercover. So there's 2 guards there. That's actually pretty good for Padget. They got to tuck one on. Padget's got to tuck one under those guards. Try to have as many stagger guards as possible.
Line up all sorts of
And that's going to rack on the guards there. And just bump into the house. He's fighting. Kessler's going to call for a and try a run back here.
Dennis, are you gonna
Start blowing off those guards.
No.
He wants to open it up as much as possible and keep the center line open. When you're in the eighth end and it's tied or you're up one, your goal is to keep the middle open and play for your skip stone. And the girls tick the guard. And it's going to be open for a double on those two stones. Or again, Kessler's going to try to get rid of some guards here. Even if he jams on the blue one at the back, it's not the end of the world as long as the middle's open. It's probably going to jam, even if he peels. Throws a heater at it. And the yellow one skates into the 4-foot. But that's okay. Something that Kessler can hit. Callie calls for a freeze on the yellow one. Girls are sweeping. It was a 14-9. Ooh, it's close. So I'm just going to try to hit. He's going to try to double off those two guards. Calls for a peel weight. Looks like he's wide. He's missed the guard. Oh. He peeled the top guard. He was wide. Callie's looking at a hit on the back one, I think. Or a guard. Not sure which. We'll know as soon as they deliver.
Top four behind the one in the top 12.
She's got a nice guard there. And I'm just gonna take another run at those guards. Or not. Timeout called. I had the noise canceling on my headphones. Couldn't hear anything.
Well, keep themselves in it.
Mm-hmm. I think you still run the guards. The only problem is to run both those guards off. You're going to have to just off nose, and you still leave a guard. That's the problem with trying to double off guards.
Yeah, I would go for a double nails.
Yeah, it's tight, though. Well, it is tight, but if you end up rubbing the guard and peeling off the guard, that's okay anyway. Kessler calls for a draw. Or hit, sorry. Calls for a hit. If Andrew can nose this or peel it off, either way, as long as he hits it. Looks like he's got it. Oh, beautiful shot. Good shot. Just a nice little flop in front of the other blue one. And Callie's going to have to either hit and roll in or draw in. I probably would draw on this one because if she doesn't, Kessler's going to. She's got to try to beat him to the button. Without leaving it open for a hit. Because then Kessler will try to hit and roll under. She could try to hit off the blue one and roll under. It's kind of Skip's choice on this one. Whatever you feel most comfortable with. And it looks like Callie's going to try to hit instead. I would probably try the draw myself as well. Yeah, and because Dennis has a good point, you probably try the draw because if you miss it, it's the same path you're going to have to draw again. You got two chances to make the shot. It's got a curl. It's got a hit, but it's going to peel it off. Kessler calls draw. Looking at the draw to the button. They're kind of looking at the run back to get that one get that yellow out of there. So that nope, they're going to draw. That's typically what Kessler would do, and it makes sense for the same reason we wanted Callie to draw instead of hit. Is that you have two chances. So now it's a race to the 4-foot, race to the button. You want it above the tee line. You want it under cover. It's a little hot. Yep, it's definitely hot. Yeah, Dennis is saying don't sweep it. The girls are sweeping it. I agree. Who hasn't wanted to sweep? Just back button would have been perfect for Padget. Something they could freeze to.
Oh, here's the money shot.
Yep, this is the shot. If this is the shot to tie here. Callie with her final stone. The girls are sweeping it for line. It's like for line and weight. Ooh, looking, they gotta go. They gotta go. Oh, it's looking good. Oh, nice stone. Nice stone. And they got it. The top button, perfect. So Kessler's going to try to hit. He's going to try to pop it through the hole there. All that matters is that he gets rid of it. If he loses one of his stones, that's okay. Kind of looking at Max is looking at the double run back there, but I think what's that?
All three.
Could. No, you just peel it out. I think just he's looking at probably a board weight hit here. Just got to pop it out. This is the shot with the most tolerance here because if he misses it, then it just goes into an extra end with hammer coming home or hammer again. Trying to sweep it to hold it straight. Dylan's on it. Is it going to be by the guard? Now they're trying to carve it. Has he got it? He's got it. Beautiful shot for the win. That's a beautiful, beautiful shot. Two really good shots at the end there, and Padget takes it and wins. That's a win. Of 8-4 at the end. 8-4 or just a minute, or 7-4. It doesn't matter. Of course, yeah.
Good game.
Good game, yeah. That's the last game Padget and Padget will ever play each other in competitive curling. In a Bonspiel, yeah. So that's it. Team Padget moves on to the semifinals against Team Landry, team they played a number of times. That is at, I believe, 11:30, and we will be streaming it from here in St. Albert. Thank you. Have a good rest.